Hey everybody, it's Barbara and I've got a very special Motivational Monday today. We're in Northport, Long Island with my very special guest, Lisa Goldstein, or do you prefer Lisa Angerame?
Lisa Angerame.
Oh, sorry. And Lisa, this is a great story, and this is why I was excited to introduce Lisa to you. Lisa is a former client of mine, and when we met, Lisa was regular diet eating. She ate the regular American diet, right? So she ate meat and grains and dairy and bread and all that kind of stuff. She didn't like cooking at all, so never prepared anything out of the house. Ate repetitively every single day, and even though I would give her the easiest recipes possible, she was just resistant to making them. She just would not do it. Well, let's jump ahead. I don't know, how many years has it been? 5
or 6.
5 or 6 years. Lisa is now a full-on vegan. She not only cooks all but 2 meals a week out of her own home, she now blogs about writing. So she has made a huge transition. And the reason I think this story is so great and so important is because I'm always encouraging people to cook a lot of their own meals. And everybody is resistant and they say they don't have enough time. Well, Lisa is a great example of how you can change no matter what. Because Lisa has a husband, she has a child, she's got 2 homes, and she still cooks all but 2 meals a week out of her house, okay? So that's just fascinating to me. So I wanted to introduce everybody to Lisa, so you can also check out her blog as well. It's called
Lisa's Project Vegan.
Yes, and it's great. So if you want easy vegan recipes, check it out. But we'll be doing some more of her recipes a little bit later. So Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having
me. Or on the skit, whatever. It's great to be here. And Luke is beautiful. She has a beautiful son, by the way, who's gorgeous.
Welcome to our home.
And vegan. He's been vegan since inception,
he was born,
right?
Yep.
Okay. So tell me what inspired this massive transition.
Well, a number of years ago, somebody suggested I read a book called Diet for New America by John Robbins, of discovering information about food, the food chain, how animals are raised for food, and what food can do to the body in terms of disease. And I was shocked. And by the end of the book, basically I felt like the only thing I could eat was grass, because he said, eat as close to the ground as you possibly can. Well, I obviously wasn't going to do that, so then I started reading more and more and more. And there are sort of 2 reasons. One is for the animals, for the health and the welfare of the animals, because factory farming today is very, it's very evil and angry and very torturous, and I don't want to be any part of that. And then from a health point of view, I believe, based on all the readings that I've done by doctors like Dr. Campbell and Dr. McDougall, Dr. Dean Ornish, I mean, I could go on, they all believe that a plant-based vegan diet is the road to health. It can reverse and prevent heart disease, prevent diabetes, certain cancers, and I feel that is the right thing to do for myself and for my family and for the planet.
Okay, so now you went from becoming, you ate everything, right, to being a vegan, but you still, because you were a vegan for many years before you started cooking.
Yes.
Okay, so what inspired that?
So I became vegan, and it was easy to eat out because the people at the vegan restaurants, knew exactly how to cook. I didn't have to think about it. I was single, and so I could just go out and eat. Then I got together with my husband. We got pregnant, and we were still going out. And then all of a sudden we had a baby, and you can't just go out for 3 meals a day. It doesn't work that way. So actually, about 3 weeks into, he was born for 3 weeks, and my husband said to me, why don't we just hire somebody to come cook for us? Because we can't order in like we were ordering in. It was getting really crazy. People were bringing us food. So we actually found this vegan cook. Her name was Tila, and she came and she cooked once a week for us for about 3 months. And she would come in the apartment, she would cook. I would open the door. It was like having a restaurant in the refrigerator. And then by the end of the 3 months, I thought, well, I could do what she's doing. She would make me tempeh that would last for the week. She would make tofu. She would make butternut squash, which I'd never even purchased a butternut squash before. So I thought, well, I can do this. So I told her, thank you very much, but I'm going to do this on my own. And I just started. And then I started taking pictures of what I was making and posting them on Facebook. And an old friend of mine from like junior high school wrote one day, she said, is this a blog? And I said, no. And she said, well, I have a blog. You should have a blog. I said, okay. So that night we sat in bed and I said, what should it be called? And our yoga is called Project Yoga, so we thought Project Vegan. So Lisa's Project Vegan. And that night I posted my first recipe, and I've been going ever since.
Awesome. So great. So we're going to go inside now. We're going to make a couple of easy recipes, and we're going to answer some questions that people might have about a vegan lifestyle. So let's go on inside. So now we're in Lisa's kitchen, which is a beautiful kitchen, by the way, and we're going to be making a couple of recipes with chickpeas. So Lisa has here some chickpeas that she soaked overnight. So can you tell us a little bit about how much you made and how many recipes you can get out of that?
So I got 1 pound bag of chickpeas for $2.
Okay.
I soak them overnight and cook them, which yields about 8 cups of cooked chickpeas. Today we're going to make 2 recipes out of it, but with the rest of them I can make soup, hummus, chickpeas and pasta, chickpeas over salad, you name it, we can make it. Yeah.
So for $2 you can make 8 meals, basically, from 1 pound of chickpeas.
Yes.
So amazing. So today we're going to make 2 really easy recipes. One's a great snack that you can make quickly, and one's a great spread for sandwiches. So let's talk about the first one. What's this first one?
Okay, so this is what I call chickpea salad. So I take a cup of chickpeas. I like to put them in the food processor because that way they kind of turn into like a more mealy, like a paste. So you take it out, pour it into the mixing bowl.
So can you use canned chickpeas for this?
Yes, you can. If I'm in a pinch and I don't have fresh chickpeas, I use canned chickpeas, no problem.
Why do you prefer to use fresh, other than the obvious it's healthier?
Well, it's healthier, it's better for the environment, you don't waste the can, it's cheaper. And you can cook them to your liking, so I like them al dente. They come in a can, they're a little mushy.
Okay.
They kind of turn me off.
Okay. Okay.
I add shredded carrots, which I did in the processor before. I add a bit of red onion, like a quarter of a red onion. Some relish, which I always have in the refrigerator, along with sauerkraut, 2 of my favorite things. I squeeze a fresh lemon in there.
So easy.
So easy. It's not even cooking. A little salt, a little pepper. Take my little veganese, which is like the vegan mayonnaise, and you mix it up. And then what you have to do is you have to just taste it and see if you put in just the right amount of stuff. Generally, I get it right the first time. And there you go.
Wow. Can I taste it?
Sure.
I totally want to taste it. Let's see.
I put it on bread, toast it.
Yum.
Crackers, pita bread.
So good, so clean.
So clean, so easy.
Fresh. Yum.
Rice cakes, lentil crackers, bagels.
Fantastic. That's great. So that's one delicious dish that you can have for lunch. You can have it as a dip for appetizers when you have a party. That's
right. Good for the beach in the summertime. Take to the beach.
And how long would something like that last in the refrigerator once you've made it?
A couple of days. I guess it really all depends on the veganese. I mean, it's a cup that would make 2 sandwiches.
Okay, fantastic. So veganese, like Lisa said, is like mayonnaise, but it's made. This one particularly is made with grapeseed oil, so it's better for your heart. It's not made with egg yolks, which is how they make traditional mayonnaise, so it's better for your body.
Even my father likes to use the veganese.
Who is not a vegan, right?
Who is not vegan, although I'm trying to convince him to be. Okay, so the second recipe we're going to make is a favorite of ours here. It's baked chickpeas, roasted chickpeas. They come out like, you pop them in your mouth like a really fun snack, like popcorn to watch TV. So you take, I use just a cup. You know, you can make 2 cups, however many you'd like. Pour it into your bowl. A little olive oil. A little salt. A little pepper. Mix it up.
You can even eat it like that.
You can eat it just like that. If you do that, you just pour it right over your salad.
Right.
Put it, we can mix it with fresh pasta. If you just take it out of pasta, you want to make like a cold pasta salad.
Oh, great.
And then you pop it in the oven, about 40 minutes.
All right, so while the chickpeas are roasting, why don't I ask you a couple of questions so that other people can learn a little bit more about your lifestyle and maybe dispel some myths about the vegan lifestyle. So first of all, what do you think the biggest misconception is about the vegan lifestyle?
Where do you get your protein?
Okay.
That's the first question I get. And really, I don't even like to have the conversation because there are so many reasons why people ask that question. I feel like it's just what everybody has been taught, that we have to have all this protein. It should be animal protein. But the bottom line is that plant food has as much, if not more, protein than all animal products. So you can get protein from spinach, you can get it from kale, you can get it from your chickpeas, you get it from your nuts. It comes in potatoes. I mean, there's plenty of protein to be had. It's really not something I even worry about for myself.
Okay, and how often do you include things like tofu and tempeh in order to complete your protein intake?
So the thing about tofu and tempeh is they're square, and they kind of remind me of like a plate when I was a kid. When I was a kid, my mom would serve us, you know, you had potatoes or you had rice and you had your vegetable and you had your protein. So sometimes I make what I call a blue plate special, and I put the tofu in some fun way with like a little bundle of green beans and then some rice or something like that, so it looks familiar. But I maybe do that once or twice a week.
So you don't eat a lot of soy products?
I try not to eat a lot of soy products.
Okay, great.
Especially processed soy. I don't mind tofu and I don't mind tempeh, but I don't eat like soy dogs or soy sausage or pretend things that are made from soy. I'm not interested in that.
So that's another big misconception, that people think that they need to eat a lot of soy in order to get their protein intakes met on a vegan diet, but that's actually not something that you
absolutely not necessary. You can get all the protein you need. You don't even have to have the tofu in your diet. You can still get it from your beans, your rice, your potatoes, your green vegetables, your yellow vegetables, your tomatoes. You'd be fine. No worries.
I'm really happy to hear that, because I find that when people adopt a vegetarian diet, they tend to eat a lot of soy products, and soy products can be really hard on your health. They can be hard on thyroid function, they can be hard on your digestion, on your immune system. So it's something that I'm really happy to hear, that you're finding ways to complete your protein intake without necessarily relying on those foods. So that's great. All right, now, so if somebody wants to adopt more of a vegan lifestyle, or if maybe veganism isn't their thing, but they want to make more food out of their home, can you give us some suggestions on how you mainstream it, how you kind of make it happen for yourself? I mean, again, you cook all but 2 meals a week out of the house, which blows my mind. So how do you do it to make it efficient so that food doesn't go to waste and so that you're not overwhelmed with too much preparation?
Well, breakfast is easy. Breakfast is a shake every morning. Almond milk, almond butter, frozen bananas. You got to make sure you have your bananas. I buy 2 or 3 big bunches of bananas, cut them up, freeze them. Almond milk, almond butter, always in the house. So that's easy for breakfast. For lunch and dinner, I like to make myself big, elaborate pasta lunches. It's my favorite thing to do. So it's really a matter of having your kitchen stocked with food that you like. So you have your protein, not your protein, but you have your pastas, your rice, your quinoa. In your pantry, you have your chickpeas or your other beans. You can have them dried, or if you want the cans, you can have the cans. It's just a matter of prepping them ahead. I always have onions, because I think everything tastes better when it starts with an onion.
Sure.
I always,
garlic too.
Yeah, garlic, yes, garlic too. My husband doesn't love garlic, so there's a lot of garlic powder in my house.
Is that possible?
Half Italian.
Okay.
On the father's side, so not on the cooking side, you know.
Yeah.
And then I always have carrots in the house, and I try to always have salad in the house.
Okay.
And so really, you can make rice, beans, and vegetables all the time. Flavor them differently. You can do curries, you can do garlic, you can make it plain. As long as you have salad, you can have a complete meal at your fingertips in less than a half hour. If I had to be in the kitchen for more than a half hour at any meal time, I would not be cooking.
So no more than a half an hour at a time, and she still makes all her meals out of the house.
That's right.
Incredible. So if you want easy suggestions, obviously you can always turn to Lisa's blog and get great recipes. Every time I get your blog, I'm like, oh my God, this looks so good.
And I take the pictures with my iPhone, so it's really not that fancy.
Yeah, but it's great. It's Lisa's Project Vegan. So why don't we check out those chickpeas and see how they came out?
Okay. So here they are. They're crispy, they're roasted, they're brown. Some of them break apart. There you go.
Yummy. It's like popcorn.
Yeah.
It's just like popcorn. This is amazing. I would definitely also, if I made it, I'd probably put curry on it. Just something like that.
Maybe a little more salt. It's always fun, too, to add a little salt when they come out. When they're hot, it absorbs the salt better.
But this is great because you can make this and take it as a snack to work, so you can get away from relying on nuts necessarily, because that has a lot of fat and a lot of calories. Even though those are good fats, it could add up.
In my world, I don't think that way. I like having nuts in my routine. So,
well, as a vegan, you have a lot more room with your intake of nuts and those calories, because you're not eating lots of calories from animals.
That's right. As I said to my cousin one day, like, nothing is off limits in my world, except for obviously for the animal products. But the rest of it, bring it on.
Awesome. So thank you. This has been an amazing Motivational Monday. If you want to check out Lisa's blog, and you absolutely do yourself a favor and do it, because she's got also amazing gooey chocolate chip recipes that are just insanely good. The cookie recipes look great. Then go to Lisa's Project Vegan.
.blogspot.com.
.blogspot.com. You can also friend you on Facebook, right?
Yes, I have Lisa's Project Vegan on Facebook as well. And you can subscribe to the blog so you can get emails whenever I post something new.
Fantastic. And it's definitely worth it, absolutely. And all her recipes are simple and they look incredible. So, another great Motivational Monday to help move you closer to your health goals. If you like tips like this and you want other suggestions to help move you along towards your health goals, then definitely sign up for my newsletter at rootsandseeds.com. And if you want more information about me and my nutrition practice, then check out BarbaraMendezNutrition.com. Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
I wish you could all meet Luke, because he's this cute little 3-year-old vegan that's beautiful. And have a wonderful week. Thanks so much.